Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have something very special for you today. And it is one of the first competitive games of Battlefield 4. It is, of course, the beta. So, let me tell you about the teams. We have Epsilon on Team US, and we have combinations of Seek, AAA, and uMAV. Now, you can see these guys predominantly working as... So essentially what we're going to be doing is no vehicles. They're going to be fighting over single points as best they can. And you can see pretty much everyone's in as a medic, so there's no vehicles to worry about. You can see them now moving into sea. A little bit of engagement going on. And let's see if we can actually increase and get make sure everything's ready to go. So if you look there at the third person, you can see there's Winghaven. So he's got the Cobra and the laser sight, giving him that extra firepower when it comes to the hip fire accuracy. And there we go, the first kill on the board. Look at that, fantastic. Winghaven and Too Easy currently moving together. As you can see them moving into the bottom of the skyscraper and making their way up towards the lifts. Now it looks like that they've actually decided they may actually try and have a battle overseas. So what we're going to see if we can do, see what I did there. Let's go and find out what's going on. As you can see, the fire going on already. Too Easy's taken down at the top. You can see here the fire going on as they're coming out of the lift. You can see now Epsilon making their way out of the lift as uMAV and AA are taking down multiple members. Mort, the only man left standing. He came up on one of the alternative lifts as well. And now suddenly huge amounts of fire coming in. Mort managed to survive. Pops up Too Easy, and now Too Easy and the rest of the team are spawning on them as you can see them making their way in to this area. You can see one of the other snipers there. I think it is there's Drunk Z3 taken down very quickly, and now you can see Epsilon holding on to that main point as over the other side you have a single man who is waiting. So you can see he's taking a lot of fire at the moment coming in. That's Asterix as well, and you can see there is another member of the Alpha team for blue. That is, of course, China making their way out. As you can see, Epsilon pushing up in towards the lift and a shotgun into the side of Too Easy. Let's move into a first-person view and let's follow Winghaven as he makes his way in. So you can see him armed. There we go. A little bit of fire coming in with the Cobra. A little bit of grenade launching into the lift as his friend dies right in front of him. And more grenade fire coming in. As you can see, he's not really in a position to get him back up as they're taking fire from the other lift point. As there we go. He gets taken down. Mortek is currently in there at the moment. You can see pops down the med pack to try and keep himself healthy, but he's taken down as well. Let's move in on Too Easy Bros. As you can see, pouring fire down onto the lift area on the right-hand side. So this is on the upper lift section of the skyscraper. You can see there a little bit of fire coming in. Nice shot going in from the Too Easy Bros at the moment. Let's see if we can find out. So you can see pretty much all the battles going on around the skyscraper, and let's see how things progress. So, let's find out what's going on as we move over to Reacto for uMAV. You can see them. They've got the Epsilon guys pinned in against this particular area. This is not looking good. Let's see if we can lock in on Mort, finding what he's doing. There we go. Bringing members up, and suddenly taking a huge amount of fire. He's going to shock paddle his ass to death. And you can see, there we go, uMAV taking down another member of Epsilon, Velucha, and Too Easy and Unfixed now. You can see them being brought up by the med packs and the combinations of the shock paddles. So now you can see them pushing very slowly back against the skyscraper. And this is fantastic stuff to watch as Tomahawk missiles fly over the top of the skyscraper. So now we're waiting for Asterix, Reacto, and Doobie to make their way back to this particular area. Let's see if we can find out where they are. So you can see at the moment Asterix leading there with 7-3. So he's now making his way from a very unfortunate spawn, as they've now lost that spawn area, so they've got to try and get back into position. Bear in mind, guys, that this is a test. This is a test not only of the shoutcasting, but of the observer mode and the actual game under competition terms. Now, the problem that you do have is this is not set to domination. Domination has certain random rounds and things of that nature, so we'll just have to wait and see what's going on. So we're following in with Asterix, and there we go. There goes Mortek down at the lifts, and you can see them now moving in towards the lower lift section of... Now, why is there no lift music? There doesn't seem to be any da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Anyway, as you can see, he's now the wrong lift. It's the wrong direction. Yes, behind you. Well done. There we go. So, poor old Asterix. unfortunately, not having a good moment. But the question is, there we go. You can see now they've captured that point and they're moving on towards point D. So point D has been captured by Epsilon. Let's move in on Value. As you can see, he is doing his best to try and defend that D point by the Golden Dragon statue. So let's see if we can find out how things are proceeding as we move on to the free cam. You've got one of the guys making his way down, as you can see, following his way down in towards the D point to try and recapture it. And you can see there together, uMAV and AAA and Seek, Too Easy Brosive, moving in to try and capture that D point back as well. However, you can see on the map the red sections of the US team making their way towards the E point. So let's find out what kind of action they're working on. So you can see they pretty much split up. They've only got 3 members available to them. Too Easy's gone down, which means there's a 4th member of Epsilon around somewhere. And now they've spawned and it looks like they're trying to recapture the D area. So we're now moving in to see what's going on. As you can see up on the glass roof of D, there's Too Easy engaging with his weapon. And let's see what's going on. As you can see him popping nades down there as well. And you can see you've also got another member of Epsilon down low as well. There's Mortek. He's taking a little bit of fire, pops out the med packs to himself. And now you can see another member of uMAV moving in very closely. He's got a trading fire with Mortek, and Mortek gets taken down. And then, unfortunately, poor old Asterix gets cut to pieces by Unfixed, moving in with the remaining members of Epsilon into the D point in order to recapture it. So you can see, oh, look at that. Nice return fire coming in from that. Remember, that is, of course, Too Easy Brosive. And you can see them now holding onto that D point, looking for members of Team Epsilon to try and find out where they may be located. You can see they're pretty much on the lower levels of this particular mall. So let's see if we can actually go down and find out what's going on. See what these guys are doing. As you can see, huge amounts of fire coming in. One of the uMAV guys tries to make it across, but gets cut down very quickly. As you can see, a large amount of medic packs going out. As you've got another member of the uMAV team trying to move in on the right-hand flank, trying to outflank Too Easy. It looks like Too Easy's been taken down. Mortek also currently alive. And you can see the 2 members of the uMAV team, unfortunately, being cut to pieces. And now you can see Unfixed making his way through the corridor to work together with the team, getting into that. And no, I thought he was going to go into the lift, but it turns out that they're not going to. You can see that up top is where it's all happening. So as you can see, we're now in with Value. You can see him, looks like he's taken down multiple members of the enemy team. Unfortunately, Too Easy has been finished off. You can see the medic signal waiting there. There's got a little bit of fire coming in, a little bit of shot fire, and it looks like Value is in a strong position to try and capture C point back, but now he's coming under pressure as he's returning fire, then gets taken down. His teammate is behind him, trying to support him. Too Easy brings him back up with the shock paddles, and then very quickly gets taken down. So let's see if we can follow in, as we're watching Reacto at the moment. Looks like they're going to try and re-secure the skyscraper. Looking good for them. Now let's see if we can find out what's happened to the likes of Mortek. So we're looking at Mort, and you can now see he's down here, over by nearby the E point, and obviously down by the B point. So got a bit of a run to get into there. This is the disadvantage you're going to have. Bear in mind, guys, this is just a test, is what we're seeing at the moment. So they're deciding obviously not to bring the skyscraper down. So it means that obviously, because this is not under competition mode, then the spawns are going to be slightly different, as they normally would be in a large conquest. Unfortunately, we don't have the control that we require in order to be able to change these things. So this is a test, and my thanks to all the players who have actually got involved with this, and to give you guys a showcase of what's involved with competitive Battlefield 4. Flying the flag for esports, so to speak. So let's move in on Reacto. Reacto floating down gracefully, as you can see. So he's in there with his assault weapon. Got the AK-12, wonderful gun that is, Cobra RDS, laser sight, and muzzle brake, and he's raining nades down from the floor, from the sky, as you can see. He's taken a little bit of damage, not looking good for him at the moment. Manages to make a very bad landing, poor old Reacto. As we move over to Drunk Z, now you can see Drunk Z3 in with the sniper rifle, and you can see he's looking for an opportunity, but no, he gets taken down very quickly. And unfortunately now, Too Easy Brosive, there we go, Winghaven cut to pieces by Too Easy Brosive. And now another member of his teammate moving in to push in on the Epsilon team members. As they're trying to defend us, there we go. Fire coming in from Epsilon, taking down multiple members. And let's see if we can move on to the free cam to find out what's going on at the wonderful point that is D. So you can see there, members of the Chinese team now having dealt with that attack by Epsilon. However, Epsilon have reformed and they're up on a higher advantage. They're up on the roof at the moment. So you can see that there's Too Easy Brosive. He's taking a bit of fire. He's going to try and use the lift for cover, but it may not be enough as Winghaven moves in for the kill. And oh, lovely lift, defensive lift. Tactical lift work is what that's called, ladies and gentlemen. And now it's going to be interesting because it looks like he's actually gone down to say hello. So the bing bong of the lift happens and Winghaven is cut to pieces by the resultant tactical lift work. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is a thing in Battlefield 4, tactical elevators. As you can now see, the additional members of Epsilon, you've got one high up on the balcony and one low down by the TV. So you can see lots of sniper fire coming in as Value is doing his best to try and hide behind that column even. As you can see, he's then cutting down multiple members. As you can now see, the members of Epsilon using the cover that's available to them and moving on to the next point. So let's move back to the first person as we're now looking at Doobie. Now, Doobie's taken down Winghaven. He's moving in behind his teammate. He's got the shock paddles out. And you can see pretty much everybody except for Drunk Zed is running as the assault class, as you would kind of expect. Very much similar to Battlefield 3 as it was. So let's see if we can find out what Winghaven is up to now. It looks like Winghaven and Too Easy are making their way back towards the skyscraper. Let's move over to Value. Value's already there. So you can see he's doing his best to try and recapture that point now. He's taken out Reacto, who was guarding that point. Is watching those lifts. There we go on the upper lift section. Fire coming in from one of the Chinese team, taking him down very quickly indeed. We're now in with Mort, and you can see he is trying to capture that flag as best he can. He's looking for those guys on the upper elevator above the skyscraper, and we're waiting to see what's going on. So there we go. Looks like the upper elevator was then taken by members of Epsilon, and they're now in the process of cutting down multiple members of uMAV and, of course, AAA and, of course, Too Easy Brosive. So here we go. A little bit of suppressive fire. Nice fire coming in here from... we're watching Reacto as he's taking a little bit of cover as one of his teammates gets taken down on the left-hand side. That's Asterix, and you can see huge amounts of fire coming in onto him. He's pretty badly damaged. Pops a nade over towards the opposing team. And let's see if we can actually lock in on the likes of Value. So let's see what Value's up to. So you can see him in there at the moment. He's looking to guard these elevators on the lower section of the floor. So you say these are difficult to say. Would you say these are the right-hand or left-hand elevators? It doesn't matter, as it looks like a little bit of trading going on as the sniper comes flying out there. There's loads of fire coming out from Doobie as well. Doobie with a great job. Look at that. He's at 18-11 at the moment. And you can see there... a lot of fire coming in as this poor old Winghaven gets taken down. Now you can see Too Easy returning with a little bit of fire being taken down. So we're currently looking at Mort and Voluta. So there's Mort coming in, trying to take out the guy on the upper roof. And there we go. You now see he's moving in, trying to get a little bit of health pack out there to try and get some of that health back. Out comes Value to try and support him. And now they've got to try and pin down those guys that are actually over there. Oh, very unlucky. As you can see, poor old Mort getting taken down. And now you can see the grenades coming out from the likes of Winghaven. As more fire coming in from the right hand side. You can see pistol fire going in as Winghaven gets taken down. Unfixed and Value on the other side. You can see them going in for a very quick revive, but unable to make it. So now you can see Unfixed moving together. As you can see, these guys trying to take cover from the enemy as it's all looking very close. You can see at this current moment, tickets going down for the US team. You can see lots of fire coming in. There we go. Nice shot by Unfixed there. And now you can see popping out the nades, and it could be we might be hitting the 15-minute time limit, and we'll just have to wait and see what's going on. Apparently not. So we just have to wait and see what's happening, because you can see now, obviously, the burn and the ticket bleed is currently equaling out now. So you can see 700 to 473. We did try and change it to 150. So hopefully this ends after 15 minutes. That was kind of the plan and the configuration. So we'll just have to wait and see how that turns out. And it looks like that they are trying to capture the C point, which is exactly the hope that Epsilon were making. Now you can see also that that's very sneaky play there by the members of uMAV and AAA. They've gone to actually capture the other points. So if we look at the map, you can see these other 2 points. And then you've got these these points here, means that the bleed will actually be on the US team and Team Epsilon, meaning that they've got to get this skyscraper and hold it to ensure that the bleed is actually kept relatively neutral. So let's find out what's going on as we'll lock in on youth. Unfixed. Unfixed currently needs fixing as he's taken down very quickly. As we move in on Too Easy. Too Easy moving in with his, obviously with his pistol and of course his AK. So the AK-12 and the PP-226. Let's see what Value's in with as well. So you see in there with the AK-12, Cobra RDS, laser sight and the ergo grip as well. So here we go, a little bit of lift, tactical lifting, and we shall follow Value as he makes his way out of the elevator. And he's up, checking left, waiting for his teammates. So he knows his teammates are out, so it's okay to proceed. Let's just wait and find out what's going on. Let's move to the external cam and let's get up high very quickly. So this is the battle that is currently occurring for the skyscraper. Oh, lovely shot coming in there. One of the enemy, that was Drunk. Drunk Z3 taken down. And now it looks like a little bit of fight as the last member of uMAV there, Doobie, being taken down. The defensive team for them has been finished off. And now you can see Epsilon in charge of the skyscraper. And this is the opportunity that they're waiting for. And you can now see that the B flag is actually flashing out there. So you can now see the B flag currently owned by the blue team. Let's see what's going on. As you can now see them all parachuting down onto the buildings above. Let's follow them all down. As you can see Epsilon now parachuting down into this particular B point, bouncing off buildings and moving into various areas. So there we go, a nice landing there by the Epsilon team. As you can see, fire coming in onto, that was Astrix there, unfortunately taken down very quickly. And you can see them now pushing in towards the metro point. So let's see if we can follow Value. And you can see Value there making his way up towards the B point. They're going to try and take that B point, get the burn on the tickets as quickly as possible. And you can see that bleed, sorry, not the burn. Get onto the burn, just take that point as quickly as possible. Get the bleed on the tickets, and then that basically means that the China team tickets will start going down quite significantly, as you can see them starting to do so now. So as you can see, currently 18 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock, and now you can see them moving back towards the C point, as the C point is now in the process of being recaptured. So let's see if we can move back to the C point. So there, of course, the mighty skyscraper, complete with built-in television. And now you can see the point now owned by the China team. Defensive positions being taken. Guys guarding elevators. Elevators on left, elevators up top, and elevators on right. So, I would say, the thing is, not sure what I should call it, because obviously there's the old Star Scream, or Star whatever it's called. See, I'm just wondering what we actually would call these particular elevators, because you could call this bar elevator, and then over the other side, you could, it's also another bar over here. So you can see the fire now being traded between various members of the China and American team as Doobie gets taken down by Epsilon. As now you can see more fire coming in as Too Easy takes down one of his enemy. Unfortunately, Too Easy is the only man left standing, and he's not standing anymore. Finished off by Astrix, and that was the attempt to try and capture that point back, unsuccessful as far as Epsilon are concerned. However, they will be back for more as we now continue and follow on to see what's going on. So, parachutes are occurring down towards the B site. So we follow the parachutes of the China team and Epsilon down at the B site. So you can see them making their way over the rubble. Looks like they've now taken that A point to get the bleed back on their side. As you can see, 4 of the tickets being held, or 4 of the points being held by the Chinese team. And now, as a result, Epsilon are going to have the bleed on their tickets, and they need to get that bleed back in their favour as quickly as possible, as more Chinese paratroopers come flying down. Looks like he's a medic, going to pop down yet more. So you can see that there. Oh, look at that. Oh, Drunk said with a fantastic parachute straight onto the point. And now we can move in to see what's going on. As you can see, Epsilon doing their best to try and capture that point, which they have successfully done. As Doobie comes flying in now, you can see there, Too Easy being left behind just to make sure there's no ninja caps attempt by the team from China. So, let's move in. Let's find out what Too Easy is up to. As you can see, we're following him with Too Easy. He's making sure that the back is covered, looking for enemy snipers, looking for anybody who might be jumping on an opportunity to grab that next point. So you can see, let's have a look at the scoreboards. There's Valu currently in the 19-13 top score at the moment for Team Epsilon. And Aztrix, and there we go, a flying, oh, look at that, Winghaven being taken down. And now you can see we're watching Too Easy taking pot shots through the glass. And now he's going to try and circumvent round to the left-hand side to try and take out the enemy, which he knows is going to be there. There we go, locks in on him and takes him down. That's Reacto there, taken down very quickly as we watch Too Easy make his way in and pick up some med packs, chuck some med packs down for himself, get himself back up and healed. And let's see if we can find out what Mort and the rest of the team are doing. As you can see now, they're making their way in towards the skyscraper. Now you can see the bleed currently in favour of the Chinese team, as they have 3 points compared to the US's 1 or 2. Sorry, can't even count. What is going on? Anyway, so as you can see now, we're now currently watching Mort in the lift, making his way out, getting himself ready to go in, waiting for the lifts. There we go, the lift door's open and he's moving in, taking a lot of fire. That was Aztrix being shot multiple times, and now you can see Mort waiting, checking the area. Let's follow Easy. Easy's down below in that B site, still holding on to it. Let's see if we can lock in on Valu. Valu's, oh, sniped with the skill cannon. Oh, very nasty things going on. As now you can see Winghaven moving in to support his teammate Too Easy, as it looks like the B point is being recaptured by the Chinese team. And you can see now trying to get through that glassed area, pops down the health pack for his teammate. That's now been picked up. And let's see what's going on, as we're now looking at 491 in favour of, and that's going down. You can see it's going down. They need to get that C point back as quickly as they possibly can. So, question is, can we find Mort? No, it looks like they're focusing fire on the B point. And you can see now the B point currently under... There you see Mort literally dancing around that Michael Flatley on speeds. He's trying to get out of the way of that sniper fire from the buildings above. He's going to be in a difficult situation. So what we're going to do is just check to see what's going on with the free cam. Let's see if we can get outside and focus on the snipers. So let's see who the sniper is. So, well, it's not so much a sniper as it is Too Easy Brosiv. So he's in with a standard gun, you can see. Nothing particularly snipery. And you can see the point there still flashing on behalf of the team. And you can see, obviously, Epsilon leaving a man behind to ensure that that point does not taken. But multiple members of the Chinese team moving on him. He's going to get overwhelmed, unfortunately, and then is taken down. And I think that could be it, as I think we've had a couple of crashes on behalf of Epsilon. We'll just have to wait and see, as this is beta, boys and girls. We do not expect stability. When I came into the server, literally after the server got changed, I literally crashed out straight away. So I think it's fair to say that is the game, boys and girls, as the final members of Epsilon depart the server. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed what you've seen. Obviously, there are a few technical issues relating to servers, setting up, configuration, all that kind of funky stuff. But in the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. I hope you've enjoyed the game. And hopefully we should be bringing you a lot more Battlefield 4 esports professional goodness. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.